But, of course, Derrick Henry signed with Baltimore for a pretty team-friendly $9 million base salary. So, Michael, how disappointed were you when you heard the news that Derrick Henry was a Raven?
I was disappointed in losing Derrick. And I was disappointed because of what I said prior to all of this free agency stuff is last season, with the way that season ended, that I was going to need some kind of hope if you still kept Mike McCarthy, and they did still keep Mike McCarthy and kept that thing intact. So now give me some hope. Derrick Henry was that hope. It could have, man, I would have loved to get Derrick Henry. And so, man, this is just what we needed. You guys know how often I talk about a hammer being the most important part of a football team, and Derrick Henry is certainly a hammer. There's a lot of talk about the Philadelphia signing Saquon Barkley. We'll talk more about that. And
we will.
Right, but I wasn't, Dallas go try to get Saquon. None of that, and the money got to what it was. I wanted a hammer, and Derrick Henry is the hammer. This dude is a 2,000-yard rusher. He's rushed for 2,000 yards. Nobody's rushed for more yards and touchdowns since he's entered the league than Derrick Henry. And you kind of got rid of him in Tennessee. So he's going to bring over that anger, too. He's going to bring over that anger. I still want to show you and I still want to prove to you because you just mentioned he really got $8 million, $9 million guaranteed.
Yep.
They gave Tony Pollard about $8 million a year. That's not enough difference to ship this man who's given you and served you that well out. So he would have come with a little anger. But I'm disappointed, but I'm not destroyed. I'm not devastated. You know what I mean? This, for me, doesn't dethrone the Dallas Cowboys from having a chance at winning the NFC East because they did not get Derrick Henry, and Philadelphia got Saquon Barkley. We put so much on this stage right here, this area, this legal tampering area. And really, guys, if you look through it, even last year, maybe the Javon Hargraves, maybe that was the only guy that really got picked up this time that played in the Final Four of the NFL. That means the championship games. So we always talk about winning these times. A lot of teams win this time, but don't usually show up later time. So I'm okay with now. You pay more money early. You pay higher prices early because everybody's in a bidding war. You got $26 million a year for Calvin Ridley. We'll talk about that because that's in that time where everybody's in a bidding war and prices are high.
No, Calvin Ridley got $50 million guaranteed.
$50 million guaranteed, but right, about 25, 26 a year.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I'm okay with where the Cowboys are. I would have loved to have Derrick Henry. I would have loved to have that hammer on the Dallas Cowboys. But everything else, I'm okay with not having. I didn't see a Deion Sanders in here. You know, we all put this model off Deion Sanders, and there was no Deion Sanders in here. Deion Sanders is great on the field, both sides of the football, and great for you off the field. And whatever you pay him, you'll make it back in jersey sales. So there's a difference there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all letting me go with that long without even saying anything. You usually want to jump in right away. But since I haven't had much time to talk, I appreciate you just giving me the microphone in the camera. Just let me do a little something talking about them Cowboys. Because I really have been upset with all the mess. It's been like Armageddon again. I went through the pain when we lost the playoffs, and y'all trying to start it all up again. Y'all trying to stir it up.
I'm not starting
Cowboys stay still. They didn't do anything. Now they no way. They're not even going to win the division.
You talked for 6 damn minutes.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm just listening.
That was good. I know it's hard for you. I know it was hard.
6 minutes of wisdom. That's
it's not hard, Skip. I just was listening to him, and then as I was taking things in, I remember postseason when Michael was on the show, he talked about Derrick Henry taking a hometown, not a hometown discount, a Dallas Cowboy discount because how important it was to be a Dallas Cowboy and the star and all of this and that and the big lights and 5 national televised Monday night games and all this. And Derrick Henry went to Baltimore. I just was listening. That's all. I started putting. And
I like what he's doing. I like Baltimore. That's a good choice.
So he decided to go to Baltimore Now, I don't even know if Jerry didn't pick up the phone or not.
Right.
I have no idea.
And that's
no
key,
idea.
Key, that's where it is. That's where it is.
no idea.
That's where disappointment is. Now, I would like to have heard that it was between Baltimore and Dallas.
Likewise.
Okay. I heard that. That's good.
Maybe,
you tried, you got in. And he made that choice.
But maybe, as I told Skip yesterday, maybe the Cowboys already knew that they didn't have a shot, that the star really didn't mean anything to him. Conversations at the combine, he was at the combine, you know those pass-around conversations. Hey, what you think he wants? What you think he's looking for? If we're interested, is he interested? And it could be a simple, nah, he's not, he doesn't want to do that right now. And that's it. Right. And that's the end of the conversation because he already had his mind made up. That's why I say what I say.
And at the combine, what happens, guys do talk. And I had some great meetings with some people at the combine, you know, Mike Tomlin and Mike McDaniels. We all had dinner. We had some fun times. But guys do talk. But now at the combine, players have at that time different numbers in their head.
That too.
See, you know what I mean? So maybe at the combine they were talking and you letting Pollard go. You had a $10 million slot right there that Pollard played on last year, about $10 million.
Yeah, you got that money
went
back.
to $12 million on the franchise tag. That $10 million would have taken care of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
That $10 million would take. So in your cap moved up. So I would take a wash on right now
10,
on switching those backs.
But if I'm eating at 10 and he's not my every down back because he's our short yardage goal line package guy. He's our first because on third downs when we want to throw the football, I'm just telling you, Mike McCarthy's West Coast style systems is 3 down backs, or he has 2 backs that they can bring in and bring out. So if I'm giving Derrick Henry 10, I'm just telling you how they think in terms of the room. Okay, if I'm giving Henry 10, and then I'm giving somebody else 3. That's 13, plus I got a couple little rookies that's about an $850 a slot. That's how they think. They don't want to justify the room at a certain number.
Derrick
Skip,
Henry.
I get it, but that's not the way they think, man. They don't think that way. They just don't think that way.
Yeah.
He is a proven stud. His numbers fell a little last year at Tennessee, in large part because they're a bad Their offensive line was ranked at the bottom of the league.
Yes.
He is a 30-year-old freak of nature.
All the above.
I watched him last year and I said, that's the same guy. And I asked you to do a quick little bit of math for me. What's 5 plus 5? That equals 10. What if on first down he gets 5 and on second down he gets 5? You don't even get to third down. So I don't want to hear about that.
I'm just telling you how they think.
And I like him on the field on 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s. You know why?
Guess why?
Because I want you to think we still may run for this first down. And now you got to play a straight.
But check this out, though. That's why he's in Baltimore.
Right, I know.
Because of that.
I know.
It takes that pressure off of Lamar.
Right. Hey, no doubt. No doubt he does.
They going to run the ball on 3rd down regardless in Baltimore.
Speaking of run, it's a home run for Baltimore. I went on the limb. I think they just won next year's Super Bowl.
How many times have you seen your Dallas Cowboys on 3rd down and 2 throw the freaking ball? But and they could just turn around and hand it to Tony Pollard and they was throwing it.
Thank you.
Well, and that's not true.
What you mean that's not true?
That's the whole problem. We're not going to turn. I just told you. Because the hammer, Tony wasn't a hammer. You can't turn around and just hand. You can turn around and get a yard or 2 with Zeke at any time. You can turn around and get a yard or 2 with Derrick Henry. Even though Dallas was good at 3rd and short, Tony's not necessarily that hammer. Let me tell you something. On Wednesdays, when you go into game plan, that's game plan Wednesday. Every team does it in the National Football League. They put the game plan up Wednesday. That's a new game plan for the next week. Because Monday, we reviewed last week. Tuesday, your day off, game plan Wednesday. That's when you put it in. Teams come in, they put CeeDee Lamb up on the board.
Yes.
They say, this is the guy we have to stop.
They're going to red dot him.
And that's it. Right now, that's it. You get Derrick Henry, they put CeeDee Lamb and Derrick Henry. Now they are in conflict. That's what you want. You want game plan Wednesday for a team to already be in conflict. Teams are not saying, here goes CD Lamb, and we got to start Tony Pollard. We got to put some things together. We got to do so we got to do. They're not in conflict on game plan Wednesday. I want you in conflict on Wednesday.
Do your coach want to throw the ball on third downs and short, or does he want to run the ball on third downs?
He is prone to throw the ball.
That's my whole point, Michael.
All right. Okay.
He's prone to throw the ball on third down.
All right. So, Keyshawn, here's the point that Michael was trying to make.
He made it.
Okay. Just, I hate to have to reflect on this. I hate to have to relive this, but we were down 27-0 in our home playoff game against the youngest team in the NFL, and we were 7.5-point favorites. Jerry, for once, owed us this move. It's not even a plunge. If you told me that somebody had given Derrick Henry $50 million guaranteed like Calvin Ridley just got from Tennessee, where he left, then I'd say, you got me. There's no way we can do $50 million guaranteed. That is a team-friendly, doable deal for us, for anybody. I'm still shocked. The harder I look at, they gave him $9 million guaranteed, period, end of story. That's it.
That's the whole deal.
If you don't like what you see, he's gone.
Next year, you're gone.
Okay.
And that blows my mind.
Okay, that blows my guts out.
That means that's less than the slot we gave Tony Pollard last year in the salary cap increase.
Okay, so Michael,
increase.
Let me
So it's less than that. It's less than that.
Okay, you brought up Deion, so let me go historical as the elder statesman here. The Cowboy historian that I am, the last time Jerry plunged was for Deion, as you well know.
Right.
And it was, what do you call it? Handsome ransom. That doesn't even start to. Listen, it was the sun and the moon that they gave to Deion, and it was worth every last penny of it.
Some of my money.
Right? Some of your money went. Some of your money went.
And I talked about it while we were working out my deal. I said,
it was Michael, it was a double-edged sword because you took him away from the 49ers. You took him away and you had him. And fortunately for you guys, you didn't have to deal with the 49ers in the next year's playoffs, but it didn't matter because you dealt with Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl. It was a mismatch because you had Deion and they did not have Deion Sanders. So help me out here. I'm going to give you one historical fact. Since you and your Dallas Cowboys won that Super Bowl that year after the 1995 season. We're going on 30 years ago, 29 years. Since then, our Dallas Cowboys in the postseason are 5-13. I want you to think about this, 5-13. That's our record since you guys won the Super Bowl. I want you to think about this. 20 teams since then have played at least 15 playoff games. Of those 20 teams, our record, 5-13, is at the bottom of the barrel. We are the worst team in the playoffs since 1995 because Jerry won't plunge in free agency. The last time he plunged, we won the Super Bowl. This wouldn't even qualify as a plunge. This is like a minor risk at best, right?
Right.
Okay, help me out here.
But now, Skip, and here's the pushback on that now. You said last time we plunged, we won the Super Bowl. As if the plunging got us to the Super Bowl. We had won 2 Super Bowls before that. I got
it. But he was
so the plunging got us.
Right. He's not saying it like that.
Right. No. I'm not taking anything away from Deion or propping this. I'm just saying. I'm saying here, right here, when we call it a plunge. Deion, we were going over the top with Deion.
You went over the top.
Over the top with Deion, and I mean, so we didn't even need to sell hope. Here we got to sell hope. This thing here needs to be pulled up to that level. To that level.
You haven't been here, Michael. I've been speaking to Skip quite frequently every day.
Too frequently, yeah.
And what I keep trying to tell him is this plunge idea that Derrick Henry all of a sudden is going to walk y'all into New Orleans.
Right.
You got other problems, man.
Okay, that's true.
You have to address the offensive line and left tackle position.
Keyshawn, you're so right.
You have to address the middle linebacker spot. You have to address the DT spot. You have to address a corner. Hold on one second, Michael.
Okay.
You got to address.
No, I hadn't been here. I'm ready to talk. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to unleash you. I'm going to unleash you. But I've been trying to get you to understand this. Derrick Henry, phenomenal. No question about it. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I'm signing him yesterday for whatever it is that he wants.
Absolutely.
If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm not signing him for whatever he wants because it all has to make sense. You're
Keyshawn,
looking for a splash.
No, time out. I'm looking for sending a message to the locker room.
That's
we
it.
did something.
That's all.
We did this.
That's all.
We got the
That's
big
all.
joker. We got it.
And we got something we needed, too.
Right.
We didn't just go get anything. We got something we needed.
What did you say, Michael Irvin, when you opened up the show? You don't even know what you said. You said there was one guy.
6 minutes of it.
You said one guy out of the 4 in the tournament in this time of the year.
Right. Did you pull in?
That he pulled in, advanced in the tournament.
But
one guy out of all the dudes that was high-priced free agents. One guy.
But let me to extrapolate and expand on that. I also said in this overpriced, overpaying period, he was not overpriced or overpaid. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So to that point, yeah. You got this opportunity to get this guy without him being overpriced and underpaid at a better slot than you had last year at this same place. You make that move. I understand, like you said, if Derrick Henry had gotten $15 million a year, ain't nothing you can do about that, Jerry. Because you got to do that Prescott. You got to go do CeeDee Lamb, and I got to not have a chance of losing Michael Parsons.
You want to give him. You don't want to give him 15, but you want to give him 8. But you desperately need a guy in the locker room.
Right. And I'm not telling you he's not worth 15. I'm not telling you he's not worth 15. In my book, he's worth 15.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm telling you right now, he's worth $15 million a year, easily. And I'm talking about for any one of those teams.
Okay, so Michael, we go from wanting Derrick Henry to getting Eric Kendricks, who did turn down the 49ers.
We need it.
In favor of the Cowboys. So give me this. Give me a scale of 1 to 10. How excited are you about Eric Kendricks?
Listen, we need it.
Okay.
We needed some beef in the linebacker position. We still need some more beef in the linebacker position. We need some beef and some players on that defensive line.
Agreed.
This is an 8 in getting somebody right here. We were so light in the tail. We didn't, at this position last year, that's why they were gaping holes. We later on, when we talk about the Saquon Barkley, why the one reason it bothers me is because we were so light in the tail at these positions last year. Those big gaping holes, you give those to Saquon, they're going to be touchdowns. That's why this is an important, and I put it at an 8, and they're making sure that they got this linebacker.
Go.
Yeah, it's an 8, it's a 10, depending on how you look at it. Here's why, though, Skip. Don't just look at his on-field presence. You also got to look at his leadership.
I agree.
Okay, in the locker room.
I'll buy that.
There's certain intangibles. He comes with Mike Zimmer, had played with him in Minnesota. He understands the system, the scheme. He can teach everybody. And all coaches go out and get some of their guys when it's new. If you just
see Dan Quinn.
There you go, Coach. Yeah. You see Dan Quinn. Quinn, every chance he get, he's signing somebody. Bobby Wagner now. I mean, that's just what happens in these situations. The Cowboys, I hate to always try to not pile on to y'all, but y'all got so many holes that you don't want to commit to.
Okay, but we did win 12 games 3 straight years. I don't.
We got.
Right?
Here, I'll read this to you. Cowboys have the most 12-win season since you mentioned 12 wins.
That's important.
Without a playoff win. You know how many number that is? 6. I'm just, he mentioned it. I'm just giving it to him. Mike, I ain't no need to smirk and look at me like that. He mentioned it. I didn't mention it.
You're joking.
He mentioned it.
You're joking.
So don't tell me nothing about 12 wins.
I understand.
How do you make 12 wins bad? I need to understand this. You have gone into the books and made winning 12 games bad. How is this possible?
I just simply told you.
How is that possible?
Because he mentioned 12 wins as if 12 wins got you what you need. You're the history of the National Football League, as you keep telling me about the star and the issues.
It gives you the first carrot, which means getting in the playoffs, winning a division. Now
you got 12 wins, man, and you ain't won. With them 12 wins.
Yeah, not yet.
Then I can break you down even further if you just want to go into the state of Texas.
Not yet.
Okay, if you just want to talk the state of Texas in pro football,
well, what
the Houston Texans, okay, since 2011, the Cowboys have 3 playoff wins. You know what the Texans got? A nickel, 5. So I can keep on doing you like this on your way. You know, you fresh off the plane. You just fresh off the plane now. All right. I can keep digging at y'all.
Okay, nothing, man. Listen, all his folks.
I'm sorry, Skip.
I don't know how he made 12 wins back.
I
don't know that. That's the best trick of a David Copperfield that you've ever
that's
seen
not a trick.
since he made
Skip brought it up. My dude, Skip Bayless, with the Dallas Cowboy blue on right now, brought it up.
I do. I look good.
No, you look great.
Yeah, thank you.
You brought it up.
Okay, my turn on Eric Kendricks. Scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 5. He's Stephon Gilmore-like in that he's 32 years old and he plays with his head more than his body at this point, and he knows Mike Zimmer, but more important, Mike trusts him. He'll call the defenses. He'll be the coach on the field for this team. I like all that. I like that San Francisco wanted him. That means something to me. But I read a list yesterday of the remaining free agents after 2 days of free agency, as USA Today had ranked them. And Eric Kendricks, I read 25 names, bam, 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 on this show. And he was the 18th name that I read. So that's about where he is, okay? Yeah. Pro Football Focus ranked him last year as the 26th best linebacker in pro football. That's not bad, not great. But remember, the Vikings released him a year ago, and then the Chargers flat out released him. It wasn't like he played out his deal and he was a prize on the free agent market. He's a nice cog to add because Leighton, Vander, Esch turned into a sad story. He's a really gifted player, Leighton, Vander, Esch, and you went through it with your neck. He just kept banging his neck up until finally the doctor said, you just can't play anymore. He's in the heart of his prime, and I think he's just going to have to stop and retire. We missed him last year. Okay.
And Leighton Vander has played a lot from the Sean Lee, took a lot from Sean Lee.
He did.
Which comes from this same cloth, that Kendricks cut from. And I'm going to tell you the importance of a player like this. He's not the greatest, but he's going to have everybody where they're supposed to be for the play. When we talk about complementary defense, this is the best chance we get. You're going to have everybody in position to make plays.
All right. We didn't get to him yet, but we're going to get to him now. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.